Underrated. Advice going into 40 / advice going into 40. All right, underrated. Your 30s. Bill, I am the happiest I've ever been, and I think it's because I'm in my 30s. Look at that, people. Everybody in your 20s who don't want to be in your 30s. Here's something positive. I don't care what people say. I'm 100% into my these days. I wish I focused more in my 20s and wasn't such a dummy. Nah, that's what your 20s are all about. Your 20s are all about making mistakes. Your 30s, you look back, you figure it out. And guess what? Your 40s are even better. You just keep fine-tuning it, until you're like 70. And then that's why everybody loves a cool old man. Because if you did the work throughout your life and you keep trying to be a better version of yourself. Oh, wait, didn't somebody say that the other night at an award show? I wasn't even that much of a dummy, and I still say that. I wasted a few years at a job that I knew I didn't care about. Well, who doesn't do that? I had a girlfriend and we loved each other, but it doesn't matter because when you're going in one direction trying to pursue a dream and she's going in the other, it eventually snaps. Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that. Because if you didn't go after the dream, there's a very high percentage that you would eventually resent her. And then you take it out on her and then it dies. Or you don't resent her, you put it on yourself where it belongs, and then you're just depressed, and then she leaves you because you're just a fucking, wet blanket to hang out with. I don't know. You got to go after the dream. Anyway, I think if I can hold on to this through my 40s, 50s, and so on, then I'll be really happy. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You do that, and then you're not afraid of dying. I don't mean you have like a death wish, but you really just look at death that it's going to be this peaceful thing and it's going to be this great release, and be thankful that you were alive and got to live and did the things that you wanted to do, successes and failures. Like, fuck all this religious shit that makes you afraid of dying and, putting all this fucking crap on you, because it's not right. It's a terrible thing to do to people, and it comes from other human beings, and it comes from human beings from a long time ago. So it's, a long time ago, you had some sort of fucking sickness and they'd stick a bunch of leeches on you thinking they would suck it out of you. I mean, those are the same people that have been telling you what's going to happen after you're dead. Fuck all of that. I think death is an amazing, amazing experience and should be enjoyed, unless somebody else is fucking killing you. Then, yeah, obviously no. But, if you're lucky enough to live into your fucking old age, I think that you handle it with grace. That's at the very least, that's the fucking attitude to go into it with, because it's going to happen, right? I don't know. That'd be a funny fucking masterclass. How to die. Anyway, as a guy who had an amazing run in his 30s, how did you keep it going? Oh, me? I had an amazing run in my 30s? Dude, my 30s were tough. Oh, those are rough ones. But I think I was a sort of unique case of, my case was special. I was really, really, really shut down in my 20s and into my 30s. So my 30s is when I became my angriest, because what I really wanted was to be married and have a big family. That's what I always wanted. And I didn't know how to do it. So I thought going on a stage and acting like an idiot and getting people to like me, that the girl of my dreams was just automatically going to walk up to me like, wow, I saw your show. You're really funny. Do you want to get married? And I'd be like, okay. Like, that's literally, that's a simplistic version of how it was going to be in my life. But what I was really doing was I was, not working on how antisocial and how much of a loner and what a fucking walled off protected place I had put myself in. So, how did I get out of that is more the question. Is, I don't know, I just started going to therapy and I started working on myself. And I also kind of like, when I looked at shit that I wasn't happy with in my life, rather than blame other people, I was trying to see how I was contributing to it. And then, I don't know, once I started thinking positive, I really think that I started to go back to who I was before all the bullshit that happened to me. And I don't know, it's like you see that light and then you're like, oh, fuck. And you just start running towards it. And now, like, I don't know, after being super negative and depressed and all that, now I'm on this other place where it's just like, if I feel that shit, I'm hypersensitive to it. And I just know when I go play drums, go to the gym, go play with my kids, take the family out to a restaurant, go do some fun shit that'll, I can look forward to. And I immediately can get myself out of it. And I also got rid of a lot of fucking, other damaged people who weren't working on themselves. That's the big thing. If you're a damaged person, I mean, I'll forgive you for that shit. But if you're not working on yourself and you're fucking taking your childhood out on me, I'm out. So, that's another good thing when you get older is you're able to fast forward through relationships because, you met that type of a person before and you're just kind of like, oh, I know what this is. I know how this ride goes. And guess what? I'm getting off before the ride even fucking starts. That's the best. That's the best. All right, everybody. That is the podcast. Thank you so much for your patience. Thank you to everybody that's buying tickets for Birmingham, Alabama, and Macon, Georgia. Those are 2 days after I wrap on this movie. I cannot fucking wait to get all of these jokes that I got building up in me out there in the Bible Belt. All right? You guys know I love Alabama. You know I'm going to Saw's Barbecue. I haven't been to Macon, Georgia. I don't know if I've ever been there. I don't think I've ever been there. But I believe the theater that I'm playing in is an incredibly historic theater. I believe it's the same one. They actually had Martin Luther King's funeral there. So this is an epic place, humbling place to be able to perform at. And that's it. That's the podcast. Go Bruins. And one more time, people, one more time, congratulations to Questlove winning the Oscar and everybody who won an Oscar. It's an incredible achievement. I hope at some point you go back and you watch and remember who won this year. All right? Okay. We shall see you guys. Go fuck yourselves and I'll talk to you. I'll check in on you on Thursday.